Hello viewers, this is Women Empowerment and Legal Aid, and this is how usual our weekly program, Your Rights, Know Your Rights Under the Law. Yes, today we'll be discussing the right to education of your child at home. Yes, it is commonplace to discover that most children are out of school, and you ask them, why are you out of school? And they tell you it's because there is no money. And the absurdity in this is the fact that people do not understand the right they possess under the law. Yes, I want to let you know today that the right to education of your child, of your daughter, of your son at home is guaranteed under the law of this country. I am saying it is the right of your child to be in school, at least from primary school education to junior secondary school, free of charge. Free universal basic education is the right of your daughter, is the right of your son. And so it will not be an excuse for a parent to say it is because I do not have money. That is why my daughter or my son could not get to at least junior secondary school education. Yes, I am saying, well, under the Constitution, it is the duty of the government to provide education. And this is included in Chapter 2 of the Constitution. Yes, your lawyer will say it is not under Chapter 4, and so it is not under the Bills of Rights. Yes, but it is a duty, and the duty is mandatory on the government to provide education under Chapter 2 of the Constitution. But under the Child Rights Act of Nigeria, which has been adopted by different states, because the issues of education is under the concurrent list in the Constitution of Nigeria. So both the federal government and the state governments are empowered to legislate, to make laws related to education. So having made a national law we call the Child Rights Act of Nigeria, which is a national law, there is also the state laws. Different states have now gone to adopt this law as their state law. That is the child rights laws of different states. For example, we have the child rights law of Lagos State. And under the Child Rights Law of Lagos State 2007, it is the right of your child to have a free and compulsory education up to junior secondary school. And when I say free and compulsory, it means that you are not expected to pay. Therefore, it will not be an excuse to say it is because I do not have money, that is why I could not send my daughter or my son to school, at least to junior secondary school. As a matter of fact, it is compulsory for government under Section 58 of Child Rights Law to pick children from the streets and enroll them compulsorily in school, at least to the stage of junior secondary school. So under the Child Rights Law as well, it is an offense for a parent who has the responsibility or the duty to release the child or to take the child to school, to provide a school or to look for a school for the child, and refuses to do so. So that parent is also guilty of an offense that is punishable with 1 year imprisonment under the Child Rights Law. Yes, it is also commonplace to find children on the street during school hours, hawking or cleaning windscreen of cars. This again is against the law, it's against the Child Rights Law. Yes, the Child Rights Law seeks the entire protection, welfare, best interest, right to parents, right to education, right to good health of the child. And therefore, if a child is supposed to be in school, any child that is below 17 has no business being on the street. So if your child is caught on the street hawking at that time, You as a parent, you are guilty of an offense. And the government of the state or wherever the child is caught is under the obligation or has the power to seize the child from the street and enroll him or her in school. That's under Section 58 of the Child's Right Law. Also, I therefore want to sound a note of warning to parents. Make sure your children are enrolled in school and do not use them for hawking or for alms begging or allow them to roam about the streets during school hours when they are supposed to be in school. Again, it is an offense, and I want to sound this note of warning to people that take house helps, domestic servants under 17, under 18. If you have a domestic servant, a house girl or a house boy in your house that is not up to 18, you are committing an offense under the Child's Right Law, because any child below 18 is expected to be in school. And so if you pick a child to be your house girl when she or he is below 18, you are committing an offense that is punishable with an imprisonment term of 3 years. That is why I want to implore you, working mothers, if you need a domestic worker, please make sure you take a person that is not underage, a person that is out of school and understands the implication of what he or she is doing. And so your domestic or your worker or your nanny should not be below 18. Again, I want to remind you, I want to also speak on this very vital issue, which is very common, and I've noticed it. I've had cause to intervene in the past, and I know some people are still undergoing these very serious problems because they have refused to speak out. They have not been able to get help. If you fall under the category of people whose children have been chased out of school because you did not pay development fee or you did not provide a tax clearance certificate, please contact me in my office. I'm going to make sure that we compel the principal or the headmaster or whoever is responsible to enroll your child. And this is because the right to education of the child is different from your own duty and responsibility to pay tax. The government can run after you, can compel you, can sue you, can take you to court for your inability, and can penalize you for your inability or your failure or your neglect to pay your tax, because it is also your duty to pay your tax. But this should be disconnected, and the right from the right of your daughter or the right of your son to be in school, because the child is an entity. He or she has his or her own rights different from your own duty. And so if she is deprived of the right to education because you refuse to pay your tax or your development fee, the girl or the boy has the right of a day in court. Yes, she can sue the principal, whoever, or the headmaster, or whoever has chased him or her out of school. And what I am therefore saying, and I'm warning principals and head of school, on no account should you send a child out of school because his parent or her parent has not produced the evidence of payment of tax or development fee. This should not be connected at all with their rights, the right of the children to be in school. And I please want to beg you parents once again, the child you send to school will give you a better tomorrow. The child you sent to school today will give you joy tomorrow, because these children are the future of the parents. Of course, the future of our government, the future of our country, and the next generation is our future. I therefore want to remind you again that the right of the girl child to education is the same as the right of the boy child to education. I am saying that you must send your girl child to school. It is when you send your girl child to school that your girl child can become a medical doctor tomorrow. Oh, your girl child can be the governor of your state tomorrow. I'm saying it's a girl child that is sent to school today that can be a lawyer like myself tomorrow, or can be a judge of a high court or even the court of appeal of the land. I am saying the girl child that you send to school can even be the president of this nation tomorrow. And that is why you should get yourself disconnected from the idea that the place of a woman is in the kitchen. The place of the woman has since left the kitchen and has moved even to the government house. Therefore, I want to please warn you parents today, that boy child is not superior to his brother. To our brother. I am saying that boy child is as good as that girl child. That girl child is not inferior to her brother. And the boy child is not superior to his sister. So respect the rights of the girl child. And on a larger scale, I want to remind you, respect the rights of your child to be in school. Send your child to school. Your child has no business being out of school under 18. Must be in school. Any child that is below 18 has no business outside. He or she must be in school. Any child that is below 18 has no business going to work. Must be in school. And that is why the government under the UBECA, that is the Universal Basic Education Act, has made provision for free and compulsory universal education, which stops at junior secondary school. But there is also something people do not know, and it is because many people are ignorant about this. The UBEC Act, that is the Universal Basic Education Act, has provision in itself that gives advantage to people who are handicapped, people who do not have, who are financially handicapped, and they have admissions into universities and they have nowhere to get funds. Under this UBEC Act, government has made provisions that you can access loan from this UBEC fund, and that is why we have UBEC fund. But most people do not even have this fact. But I want to tell you, it is when you speak out, when you have a problem, that you speak out, that you can get solution and you can get help. I am therefore saying that remember, the right to education of your daughter, of your son, is very important. Please send your girl child to school, send your boy child to school, because they own the future of this country. I want to therefore wish you a wonderful day at work. And I say, remember, the rights of your child is human rights under the law. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.